Teens who age out of the foster care system could soon receive up to $2,000 a month to cover living and school expenses, even if they're a convicted criminal. News 13's Bella Olage is live in the Newsplex with both sides of the controversial bill.
Lawmakers are at odds on how to address the rising juvenile crime problem. Democrats are pushing a bill that would offer rehabilitation and help young criminals get back on their feet, while Republicans say they're disgusted with that idea and want to see harsher punishments.
People should be offended and outraged.
During a debate on the House floor Saturday, some lawmakers called the Juvenile Corrections Act bill a segue to success, while others called it a homicide scholarship.
This is going upstream to try and prevent the problems instead of downstream and having to lock them up.
House Democrats say the bill would expand services offered to young people to keep them on the right track. But Republicans are worried about the message it sends.
We're not holding the most violent juveniles accountable for their actions. All we're doing is making excuses for them. And then on top of that, it's like a slap in the face to victims because we're giving up to $2,000 stipend.
This stipend would go towards education and living expenses for juveniles who've aged out of the foster care system and are under the age of 26. It's only available to those who were convicted of delinquency, not a serious offense. They're also required to be enrolled in some form of higher education or involved in a program investing in a future job. But Republicans were outraged that the funds could also go to convicted criminals.
When I get out at 21, if this bill gets passed, then I can get my college paid for and an apartment paid for?
That's a possibility, but there are requirements that have to be met.
Republican lawmakers argued there were no checks and balances in place for if the young person commits another crime in adulthood. But Democrats explained that the Higher Education Department and the state's healthcare authority would intervene in such case.
These youth are going to rejoin society. If we do not rehabilitate them, then they will recidivate and we will be no further along. So I don't consider it a reward to get the services that you need to get your life in order. I consider that our responsibility.
The bill would also make changes to the Juvenile Delinquency Act, extending the supervised release period for young people transitioning back into the community. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bella. The bill passed the House on a 34-24 vote and is headed to the Senate floor.